Good morning, beloveds. It's so great to see you here today. Friday night and all day yesterday, about 100 of us women from the Sacred Sisters. Hello, Sacred Sisters! So good to see you. We got to be with our guest artist today. If you've never experienced Karen Drucker, she's an iconic singer, songwriter in our New Thought movement. Her music is the soundtrack of many of our spiritual lives. And she's here with us this morning at Mile High Church. Please help me welcome Karen Drucker.
So happy to be back at my home. Thank you for letting me come back. It feels so good. All right, are we ready? Here we go. Here's your part. I got too excited. Okay, here's your part. It goes like this. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Sing with me now. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Our arms are wide open. There's room for everyone. Wherever you're going, wherever you're from, you know what? You are home. You are welcome here. 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 Next part goes like this. Whatever you've been through, you found Mile High somehow. Wherever you are on your journey now, you come home. You come home. You are welcome here. You are welcome. Let me hear you sing it now. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Let's go a cappella here. Let's go a cappella here. You are welcome here. Look around the room. Tell somebody. They need to hear it. Say it again. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. What about we are welcome here? And we are welcome here. We are welcome here. We are welcome here. You are. We are welcome here. We are welcome here. Now we are welcome. Claim it for yourself. I am welcome here. I am welcome here. And I am welcome here. I am welcome here. I am welcome here. I am welcome. Sing it one more time. Give it to yourself. I am welcome here. I am welcome here. I am welcome. Everybody's welcome. Welcome here. I am welcome here. And I am welcome here. Yes, I am. Yes, you are. Thank you. Thank you.
Karen Drucker, we're so blessed to have you with us this morning. How about this incredible quartet from our Mile High Choir? So glad to have them. Randy, Bijou, Larry, Rob, what a crew today. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, Josh.
So good to be with you. So good to be with everyone here in our Teal Sanctuary and with everyone watching online. Michelle, we're here at Mile High Church. We have something we teach here each week called the Science of Mind and Spirit.
Yes.
While we're here today, what do you love most about our teaching?
What I love most is the articulation and the experience of the divine, God, the presence within me, the same that mystics throughout the ages, including Jesus, taught about, in my humble opinion. And it has blessed me tremendously.
I love that. Not dissimilar for me. It's this teaching we have here that within each and every one of us, there is an indestructible joy. It's the joy of life itself that cannot be touched by any dismay or calamity in our experience, as dismaying and calamity-filled as our lives may feel at times. There is something so deep within us that can transcend that. And when we choose to live from that joy, it takes hold in our lives in incredible healing and inspiring ways.
Yes, absolutely. Beautifully said.
Thank you very much. Speaking of calamities, it was just devastating to see and hear about these floods in Texas this past week. We want to light our memorial candle for all of those who lost their lives, and our hearts are especially with all of those who are grieving right now. I cannot even imagine what those families are experiencing at this moment. We surround them with our love. There is a fund that has been set up. It's the Kerr County Flood Relief Fund. Speaking of the goodness in people, they've raised over $30 million already. But if you want to get support directly to that area, there's a QR code and a website and all of that, and you can give in that way. But let us just take a brief moment of silence before we move into our time of song, a prayer from our special focus minister, Casey Fight, and today, but just to honor that deep grief that we know is present in our country right now. And we just bless all of those who are responding with love to this incredible loss at this time.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the rush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
And as we breathe into the stillness, this beautiful moment right here, right now, we know that God is love, the divine spirit. It is all one. We are one with the divine. And I know as we move into this time together that we are blessed. We are in the presence of Source. God is our source, and we live in the kingdom of heaven. We know that we are present with peace, assurance, gratitude, love. For our time together is such a blessing. We know that there are many tragedies happening in the world, and we send our love, our compassion, our support. For when we show up with kindness, when we are present for each other, we are in community, we are in connection, and we are divine. It is such a blessing to be in this divinity, to be this divinity, all of us here as one. And so I just simply give thanks. I say thank you. I love you. I know that we are blessed. And thank you isn't even enough to express the gratitude that we feel in our hearts, but we know that that embodiment of that love emanates throughout and spreads and heals all. And so with this gratitude, I gently release this into the universe, knowing there is nothing to do. There is simply to be right here, right now. We ground into this moment. We know it is so. We let it go, and so it is.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. If you want to do the motions with me, it goes like this. I send my love from your heart over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. Sing it one more time with me. I send my love from your heart over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. That last line again, and it returns to me, and it returns to me, and it returns to me.
Reverend Josh is talking with us today about the kingdom of heaven, and our words of inspiration to support his message come firstly from our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, who says the kingdom of heaven is that place within ourselves where there is universal and individual peace at all times. Peace that holds no doubt of our abiding good and wise divine protection. To enter, we must simply recognize that this kingdom exists and exactly where Jesus taught us to seek it, within ourselves. And from the great philosopher Aldous Huxley, who says, "It is because we don't know who we are, because we are unaware that the kingdom of heaven is within us, that we behave in the generally silly and often insane, the sometimes criminal ways that are so characteristically human. We are saved. We are liberated and enlightened by perceiving the hitherto unperceived good that is already within us, by returning to our eternal ground and remaining where, without knowing it, we have always been."
This blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. Yes, I am. Oh, I love it when you know it. It's so fun to hear you. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. Yeah, I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful, grateful. I am so blessed. Sing it one more time. I am so blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Say that line one more time. I am so grateful. I am so, one more time. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Here's this line. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. If you feel comfortable, look around the room and tell someone, you are the face of God. I hold you in my heart, yes. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. I hold you in my. You are a part of me. You are a part of me. So let's do it one more time. Just look around the room, because this is your community right here. So look around, tell someone, you are the face of God. I see you. I see you. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Just that last line. Say that again. You are the face of. Now imagine someone you love. Say that to them. You are the face. Now picture someone you have a little issue with. You are the face. Now imagine looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, you are the face of God. One last time, just say, you are the face of God. Thank you. Let's hear it for this band, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, band. Thank you, Karen Drucker, so much for being with us. Your songs are prayers that are sung thousands and thousands of times every day by so many people. Thank you for the gift that you are to our movement. Can I make a small confession to you? I'm one who usually has to begin in cynicism before it gets spiritual, so I rewrite your lyrics sometimes and I sing them differently before I go to the positive. So for example, I am so stressed.
Yes,
I am so stressed. I am so ungrateful for all of this mess. And then I can turn it into, I am so blessed.
Or,
I am, yo, you got one?
Or, I am obsessed. Okay, no, we're not going to go.
We could do a whole concert of them. But so for those who, we have to get ourselves to that positive place so we feel it and believe it. Hey, there's two ways to participate in Mile High Church. The first is somewhat transactional. You come here and you hopefully get something out of the message, you put something in the plate, and that's just great. The other is transformational. And it's the recognition that we come here for our own good, but we participate with one another in making a difference in our communities and in the world. It's a wonderful thing to be part of Mile High Church, and I'm so grateful that one of the ways we get to do that is our school supply drive. So grateful for all of your generosity. You know, if a school or the Action Center calls us and they need support, we're always able to support them in some way because of your generosity. And so I want to invite you to participate in the school supply drive. It supports the Action Center. Is Lisa here today? Lisa from the Action Center is somewhere around here. We're so glad that she's here. Thank you, Lisa, for being here today. I know she's here to answer any questions. And your gifts, it doesn't matter how much you give, but that you give, it's transformational for our community and it helps our local kids learn and have everything they need to do so. So thanks for participating in that. One more thing, I have a really dear friend. His name is Reverend Rick Brown, who's here today. I don't know if he's in the sanctuary right now either. Thank you, love you, Rick. Thanks for coming to visit me from California as an assistant minister at the Huntington Beach Church, where I got started 30 years ago. Yeah. My message this morning is entering the kingdom. And the first thing that I want you to know is that I'm not talking about a place where you go when you die. I'm talking about a consciousness that you rise in when you truly live. That entering the kingdom is not entering a place. It's practicing a path, a way. And you know, Jesus didn't call his teaching Christianity. Christianity was the name given to Jesus' teaching that the church founded around him later on. Scholars believe that Jesus called his teaching the way. And it's fascinating to me because so many other spiritual teachers also referred to their teaching as the way. Lao Tzu in ancient China called his teaching the Tao, which translates as the way or the path. And he shared, embracing Tao, you become embraced. Supple, breathing gently, you become reborn. Clearing your vision, you become clear. Nurturing your beloved, you become impartial. Opening your heart, you become accepted. Accepting the world, you embrace Tao. Bearing and nurturing, creating but not owning, giving without demanding, controlling without authority. This is love. When you move from self-rejection to self-acceptance, this is the way. When you move from blame to responsibility, this is the way. When you move from a consciousness of poverty to a consciousness of generosity, this is the way. Yes, the Mandalorians also spoke of the way. Lao Tzu tells us that we become one with the way, or we enter the kingdom through trust, through learning to trust the nature of life and the nature within our own being. Now, all of these great spiritual teachers who teach the way, at some level, tell us that we have to loose ourselves from the materialism and the so-called common sense of the world. That this is what traps us. That we have to set ourselves free from it to discover that there's another way that isn't full of misery and struggle and death, but whispers to us of the primordial, of eternality, of a greater way of being in the world. Okay, I don't like how I look in this outfit, but I accept myself as I am. Okay, this person is being a toxic presence in my life, but I am responsible for my joy and my happiness, and I claim it right here and right now. I know I'm broke, but I have so much to give. So much to give. This is the way. The Buddha also didn't call his teaching Buddhism. He often referred to it as the way. And he shared, wakefulness is the way of life. The fool sleeps as if he were already dead, but the master is awake and he lives forever. He watches, he is clear. How happy he is, for he sees that wakefulness is life. How happy he is following the path of the awakened. With great perseverance, he meditates, seeking freedom and happiness. For Lauza, we become one with the way through trust. The Buddha teaches us we become one with the way through being awakened. From waking up from the misery and the suffering that can be when our consciousness only exists in the material world, and that common sense. Wake up. The Buddha means awakened one, which doesn't mean spiritual superhero. It just means wake up. Be awake. There's more than just what we see. There's something within us that is so powerful it conquers even death. That there is a wisdom and a light and a love that when we allow ourselves to be awake to it, it awakens in us and it shows up in our lives in dynamic ways. It's not about winning and losing. It's not about one-upmanship. It's not about struggle. It's about love. It's about being awake. It's about playing the game. Someone who I have a lot of respect for is a man named Red Klotz. And Red Klotz was a player, a coach, and longtime general manager of the Washington Generals basketball team. The losingest sports franchise of all time, because they were only invented to lose on purpose to the Harlem Globetrotters. I think their record was 3 and 7,000. The wins were all by accident. And Klotz shared that when they did win, it was to the crowd like they had shot Santa Claus. Everyone was so upset. But he loved his life. He loved playing the game. It was never about winning or losing. His children, John and Jody, remembering him, said, "And Red, he's had so many nicknames over the years. You know, the losingest coach, the lovable loser, and things like that. But I never once ever heard him say, 'Oh, woe is me.' And he accepted the fact that he wasn't the star. He realized his place, and I don't think enough of us do. They would knock him down, but he'd get back up, and he just loved being a part of that. He believed that laughter and bringing joy to people was important. He didn't like losing games, but he knew that there was a greater purpose to what they did every night, and that was how he won. For him, that was winning." What does it mean for you to win each day? What does it mean to win each day? For me, it means that I go to bed at night knowing that I recognized and I lived the blessing of this life. That I did not take for granted the people that I love, and that I sought to bring forth the best of my character in all that I did. The rest is all the human crap. It doesn't matter in the end. And when we learn to live in trust, like Lauza taught us, when we learn to be as awake as we can, to wake ourselves up whenever we need to, we learn to live that grand life. Jesus teaches us that the way to live at one with the way is to be reborn of the Spirit. It is to be reborn of the Spirit. Because this material world calls us to forget. This is why I call myself not a born-again Christian, but a born again Christian, seeking to follow those teachings of Jesus that are so incredibly profound. And Jesus teaches us that the kingdom of heaven, this fruit of the way, is not a place, it's a path. It's a way of being. It's something that we cannot earn through any material action. It is something we earn by right of consciousness. By right of consciousness. He shares in the Gospel of Luke, and when he was asked by the Pharisees, "When is the kingdom of God coming?" he answered them and said, "The kingdom does not come as something one observes, nor will persons say, 'Look, here it is,' or 'there it is.' For look, the kingdom of God is within you." To know that the light and grace of God is with you at all times. How do you live differently? To know that eternity is not a later state, but something present in the here and now that we can ascertain and embody and reflect upon and express. How do you live your life differently? How do you live differently when you know that the kingdom of the infinite resides in the very depth of your being and the marrow of your bones? Sometimes we just have to wake back up to it. Sometimes we have to rebuild that trust. Sometimes we have to be born again and again and again, because that world, it causes us to fall back to sleep. It causes us to forget. Jesus shares a story about an owner of a vineyard who hires laborers to come and work in it, some early in the morning and then throughout the whole day. And the vineyard is a metaphor for the kingdom of heaven, because you can work there and you can play there. You can pick the grapes and you can drink the wine. You can drink of the great grand fruits. And at the end of the day, everyone is lined up. The people who started working last first, because that's how the kingdom of heaven operates. The last always comes first, because we always dedicate ourselves to being servants to one another. And they are all paid, symbolizing a return to the material world. And the people at the back of the line get so angry because they have been working so much longer. And the owner of the vineyard says, did I not pay you what I said I would pay you? Can I not pay people what I want? We see this clashing of what happens when we shut ourselves out of the kingdom, when we need to make someone else wrong, when we want to win, when it's just all about adding to our material good. God doesn't shut us out of the kingdom of heaven. We shut ourselves out of the kingdom of heaven. God does not reject us. We reject ourselves from that consciousness that the kingdom of heaven offers us in all things. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, shared, "It is the Father's good pleasure to give me the kingdom of heaven, or harmony and abundance. Today he opens to me the blessings of his infinite and eternal treasure, inviting me to dip deeply into it. As I believe in my heart, so it is done unto me in all things. As I ask, so do I receive, a full measure unto my faith, pressed down and running over." It is a challenging thing to receive the kingdom. It is a challenging thing to receive the love of Spirit, the love of God. The reason why is that the kingdom cannot give itself in parcel, in particle. It can only give all of itself. There's no such thing as, I'm just going to receive a little bit of God's love today. You got to take the whole enchilada. That's what Holmes is saying. All the good of the kingdom, it's right there. All the love in the universe, it is right there. It is an open door. But you have to walk through it. The challenging thing is loving ourselves enough. Can I love myself enough to receive the love of Spirit? Which is what for Jesus meant spiritual rebirth. Can I receive the love of God? Am I open to receiving the whole blessing of the kingdom? And when we learn to love ourselves enough, doesn't mean we don't mess up, doesn't mean we don't hold ourselves accountable. It means I am love worthy. I am life worthy. I am worthy of the love of God. And when we receive that, it's transformational, because we begin to see and hear and feel a world that we did not know was there before. A greater, more in-depth reality that speaks to us the language of the heart and of the Spirit, that lets us know there is not a thing I need do to be worthy of this presence other than to open myself up to its grace. Entering the kingdom is loving ourselves enough to allow the love of God to become a real, breathing, acting part of our consciousness and our lives. Entering the kingdom is that ability to affirm and acknowledge God's perfect life is within me. Within me is God's perfect life. Will you affirm that with me? God's perfect life is within me. Within me is God's perfect life. Does this mean life is perfect? Hell no. As you've heard me say before, it can be a whole, complete, perfect mess. But that's where the magic comes in. Because even though life is messy and filled with challenges and dangers, God's perfect life is within me, no matter what, indestructible. And this perfect life manifests itself for me as guidance, as truth, as love, as the one thing I can hold on to when the whole of my life may feel like it's falling apart. I watch the news, I know many of you do too, and we watch the news for information, but I also watch the news to see where we're at in human consciousness. Remember in Men in Black where they used to read the tabloids to find out where to find the aliens? It's kind of like that. It's looking at these news stories to say what they can tell us about where we're at in the evolution of human consciousness. And the story that really struck me this year, perhaps more so than any other, is the story of a little penguin. A penguin that's meant to be in Antarctica and finds himself 2,000 miles off path, washed ashore on a hot Australian beach. Look at that penguin. So far from home, no other penguins around. In the heat, when he longs for the cold. I don't know about you, but I sure do resonate with that penguin. Do you resonate with that penguin? I'm just a little penguin trying to find his way back to the cold. When we acknowledge the difficulties of our lives, it can actually allow us to open up to that understanding that even in danger and in difficulty, God's perfect life is within me. Martin Luther King Jr., at the height of the Montgomery bus boycott that began when Rosa Parks refused to go to the back of the bus. He was 26 years old, I believe, and he had to speak to the group every Monday night. And the idea that segregation would be ended in Montgomery, Alabama, was at that time a far-off pipe dream. And so King knew at times that their mission might fail, that all of these people who were choosing to walk every day instead of ride that bus might be forced to get back on those buses and go to the area in the bus where they knew in their hearts they did not belong, in the back. And on a particular Monday evening, he wasn't feeling it, and he spoke to the crowd, and he did everything he superficially needed to get through it. And there was a wise woman who was over there by the name of Sister Pollard, and she called King over, and she said, "What's wrong with you? Why are you speaking like that? Are you okay?" "I'm all right, Sister Pollard. I'm all right." Is it something the whites are doing to you? Is it something that we are doing to you? And she said to him, "Remember, even if we are not with you, remember, Martin, God is with you. God is with you." And King shared over and over through his incredible life journey that those words, not just the words, but who they came from and the way she said them, that all he needed to remember in his life was that God was with him, and think of the extraordinary, courageous things he was able to do. That same God that was with Martin Luther King Jr. is here in this audience today. It's here in each and every one of you. When we accept it, we enter into the kingdom of heaven. God's perfect life is within me. Within me is God's perfect life. Thank God. Entering the kingdom is remembering the treasure that is within each and every one of us. Jesus tells a brief but profound parable of a man who discovers a treasure buried in a field goes out and sells everything he owns and buys that field. It's a powerful metaphor for the kingdom of heaven, because this isn't the kind of treasure you dig up. This isn't the kind of treasure that gets you material goods. This is the kind of treasure that we always want within us. The great treasure is knowing the kingdom of heaven is within you. The great treasure is knowing the love of God is within you. The great treasure is living from the richness of that knowing and seeing the blessing of that knowing show up in the richness of your life. Buddha also told a tale of a great treasure. He shares, a man buries a treasure in a deep pit, thinking, it will be useful in time of need, or if the king is displeased with me, or if I am robbed or fall into debt, or if food is scarce or bad luck befalls me. But all this treasure may not profit the owner at all, for he may forget where he has hidden it, or goblins may steal it, or his enemies or even his kinsmen may take it when he is careless. But by charity, goodness, restraint, and self-control, men and women alike store up a well-hidden treasure, a treasure which cannot be given to others and which robbers cannot steal. A wise person should do good. That is the treasure which will not leave alone. What a powerful message. When we live from that treasure within us, when we do good deeds, when we are true to the truth of who we are, when we treat others with dignity and respect, that is the great treasure. And that is the richness of life. Lastly, Jesus tells us that to enter the kingdom of heaven, we must be like a child. Now, the disciples in Christian mythology become great men, but in the Gospels, to say that they're hulking boobs is an understatement. They lack faith. They don't understand a thing Jesus is saying. They're just following him around, and they're asking questions like, who is the superior person in the kingdom of heaven? And they want special access because they're friends with Jesus, right? They want to be exalted because they know him. And Jesus is eternally kind of frustrated with this, and this is how he responds to them. He actually grabs a small child and says, this kid is way wiser than any of you are. He says, amen, I tell you, unless you turn back and become as children, you most certainly may not enter into the kingdom of heaven. They, therefore, who will make themselves as a child, this one is the superior person in the kingdom of heaven. It's important to recognize that there's a big difference between being childlike and being childish. There's a big difference between being childlike and childish. To be childlike is to be filled with wonder. It is to bask in the mystery of life and to never stop asking questions about it. It is to seek fun and play and the joy of life in every day because no other day matters but this one right here and right now. Childish is a very confusing word because, as I'm sure it's true for most of you, it applies much more to adults that we know than to any children. To be childish is to be immature. To be childish is to need to come first. To be childish is to always cry when you don't get your way. To be childish is to judge others and to see yourself as more important than anyone else. In the same way that we sometimes can become childlike or childish, we might say that there's a difference between a childlike spirituality and a childish spirituality. It's the childish spirituality that says, my way or you know what way. It's the childish spirituality that fears opening up our minds to discovering what other great spiritual teachers and ideas there are in the universe. It's the childish spirituality that says you have to go and follow my way. that I have to win and be most important. It's the childish spirituality that says not God's universe, but my version of the universe is the one that I live, and everyone else should live there too. What arrogance. How sad. How foolish. A childlike spirituality embraces the wonder in all of life. It's not so concerned with the answers, but in living fully in the mystery with joy and openness, delighting in the questions and knowing an answer just means an opportunity to ask a new question. It means embracing the mystery and living fully for this here now moment. Recognizing the kingdom of heaven is not a promise of a future state. It is a path and right of consciousness that is available to each and every one of us right here and right now. The door of heaven is open if we will walk through it by walking through our own inner knowing and depth. How do we follow the way? We learn to build trust. Trust in ourselves and in the nature of this beautiful world and of the universe. We learn to trust that it knows what it's doing. And if we can align with it, we may not know what we're doing, but something in us does. Our inner nature. To live at one with the way is to be awake and to remind yourself every time you fall asleep, wake up, wake up. There is more to this life than I see in this moment. There is more to this life than I am telling myself is here. I embrace it. I am alive. We live one with the way when we allow ourselves to be reborn of the Spirit, which is when we realize that, yes, I too am worthy of God's love. That I too am worthy of the love of Spirit. And when we let it in, it can transform our lives and relationships in incredible ways. We enter the kingdom by accepting God's love, by recognizing God's perfect life is within us, by being aware that the greatest treasure there is being aware of this treasure within us and living from it, and by embracing a childlike spirituality that allows us to live with this mystery and experience its beautiful grace in all things and in all places, especially in this incredible and amazing right here and right now. So moving into prayer this morning, I invite any of our beautiful prayer practitioners to stand in prayer today. They are available for prayer after service. And just affirming and knowing that the great gift of life is always giving of itself. And what is prayer but the receiving of that gift? What is that gift for each of our hearts that we are called to receive today? We don't have to give it a name. We know how it feels. It is the light of a spiritual grace. It is the healing power of a profound love. It is the reassurance that we don't have to know what is happening or what direction we are going, but that God is with us right here and right now. It is the gift of life itself. It is the miracle that you are a part of this life. Yes, I am a part of the miracle of life. It's time I started acting like it. It's time to receive this miracle, to embody it, and to realize the double miracle that realizes when we do this good for ourselves, it makes us a blessing for others as well. If we have not received this gift, may we at least commit to keep our heart and our mind open. Let the divine speak to us through this day and in the days ahead of its truth, of its grace, of its purpose, knowing that each of us bring it forth in our own unique and glorious ways. We allow this to be, we allow it to become, and so it is. Amen.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I'm so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am blessed.
Thank you, Karen. That's beautiful. Hello again, Michelle.
Hi, Josh.
We're moving into our time of offering, and we're so appreciative of all of the financial gifts that you share with Mile High Church. And in the offering time, we always like to do a little bit of celebrating in our community. And one of the things we want to do today is we have a wonderful board of trustees. If you're a member of our board of trustees here at Mile High Church or about to be, will you just raise your hand? We are so grateful for their incredible service. They serve 3-year terms, and 3 of our members are completing those terms. And I want to acknowledge, we're going to acknowledge her again when she's here, but Kim Bent, who's been our secretary and just a wonderful presence on our board. Kim, we're so grateful for you. And I want to call up first Mr. Kevin Grieble. Kevin is a longtime member of Mile High Church, longtime practitioner here. Served as treasurer on our board and in other capacities. And what I just honor about you is, as much as anyone, you know the truth of what Mile High is and what the spiritual teaching is and how it can and should probably express itself in the world. You helped hold us accountable to that. You brought wonderful financial stewardship and just a practitioner's heart to everything that you did on your board. I'm so grateful to have gotten to serve with you. Thank you for your service to Mile High Church, Kevin. I'm grateful for you. The next person I want to call up is Dr. Steve Drury. Steve not only served on our board for 3 years, he served as our board president for 3 years, which I think may be a record at Mile High Church. The church and business is an interesting one these days. There is so much transformation and change, and some leaders might bring a lot of worry and concern and seriousness. And Steve brought not only his brilliance, but curiosity and a spirit of play. And what you've built on our board is you helped us trust ourselves and trust one another so that we can make decisions to help guide us. Individually, so grateful to Steve. He and his beautiful wife, Laura, own a consulting company called Focus Directions. And Steve took time once a month for 3 years to give me free personal consulting and upliftment. I'm just so grateful to you for that and just your incredible presence here at Mile High Church. Thank you for your 3 years of service. We are a healthier, more well-positioned church because you said yes to this call of service. Thank you so much.
Wonderful job acknowledging our board members, Josh, and it makes me recognize what a wealthy community we are because of the people who are here. It is the secret sauce of community. Quality, high-powered, loving, kind people. So as we step into our offering time today, I invite us just to become aware of that, to not only to acknowledge these 3 board members and all the other board members, but just to feel the people who are here with us today. That's high-quality beings of light that we are as we go out into the world and make such a big difference. And as we do this, we recognize what abundance we live in right here and right now. And we give from that abundance. And so we do invite you to share in your personal financial wealth to this church today in whatever capacity serves you best, whether it's to put something in the offering basket as it goes by, or do a text to give, or go online. Whatever you choose to do, we want you to know that we are grateful for your giving. And let's do our affirmation together as we step into this offering time. Please say with me, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
God is, God is, God is. God is my source. God is my power. my blessings. Come on, come on. God gives me everything that I need. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say on that one. 1, 2, 3. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. That's the whole thing. God is my source. Let me hear you. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. Let's go to love. How about love is? Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I'm ever gonna need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. All right, let's go back to God. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me every. Let's go a cappella. Let me hear y'all sing. God is my source. Let me hear it. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. Now go back to that again. God gives me everything. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. God gives me everything. Do you believe that line? God gives me everything. When you don't know what you're gonna do, God gives me everything. When you can't pay your bills, God gives me everything. Put that in your heart, God gives me everything. Oh yeah, everything. God gives me everything. To the top, here we go. 1, 2, 3. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I'm ever gonna need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Here we go. God gives me everything I need. Everything I'm ever gonna need. Yeah, yeah. Let's hear it for this band, please, one more time. I'm so spoiled.
And Karen
Thank you.
Drucker.
Thank you so much.
Karen, my beloved, you've been changing lives for so many years with your beautiful music, and you certainly have contributed to our lives this weekend at our State Treat and here on Sunday morning. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Karen will be out in the lobby. She does have products. She's got her albums out there. You can see her out on this end of the lobby. You can also go to karendrucker.com to purchase her music. So take her music home with you and let it uplift you throughout the days and weeks ahead, because it is truly a blessing. And I also want to speak to any of you who are new here to Mile High Church. If this is your second or third Sunday or your first Sunday, we hope you will come to our Welcome Center in the center of the lobby. We've got people there, including myself, who can answer questions. We'd love to greet you. And we have a beautiful gift for you. It's this backpack. Backpack. Yeah. You can take it home with you. I like to model the backpack. I wiggle sometimes, but I didn't wiggle today, so you're safe. So we are so excited for any of you who are here for the very first time. Thank you so much for joining us. And
I love it, Michelle. Thank you so much. You know, it's important to know the kingdom of God is within you, but it's just as important that you leave room for pancakes.
Pancakes, yes. You smell like pancakes today, kids.
Good morning, everyone. We are the Middle and High School Youth Ministry. Come down to our pancake breakfast. It is free with optional love offering.
Love offerings go towards youth ministry programs.
And we have options available for everyone, including gluten-free and vegetarian options.
And I'd like to reiterate the love offering. Whether or not you forgot your wallet in your car, at home, does not matter. Please come through the line. Give a thanks, give a congratulations for cooking, give a smile, give a prayer, give a monetary donation, whatever you want. But we'd like you all to come through and get some pancakes.
They're so delicious.
Please come eat them with us.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Thanks to our incredible youth ministry. Hey, we want you to know, too, that our Healing Light service, a beautiful contemplative experience. You can come walk the labyrinth, and the service starts at 5. We're so grateful to our healing ministry for putting that on. And Reverend Zamira is back on Friday with a kirtan, and I hope I get this right, the Shakti Bhakti tribe. It's a beautiful musical meditation, so that's this Friday night in the boat. And lastly, Dr. Patty, will you tell us about the incredible workshop that you have coming up?
Right, I have a workshop entitled Quest for Unity in the Wilderness. And I've done this before, and we've had a wonderful time. We have 2 nights here at the church, and then we have a full day at Pine Top, which happens to be the property I live on, up on top of a mountain. So we have a very in-depth experience of nature. So I would love to talk to you more about it in the lobby, and love to have you there.
Thanks so much, Dr. Patty. With that, if you'd like to stand and repeat after me before we sing our peace song, something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind, body, and all that I do. I give thanks for it, and I accept it, just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life.